Welcome to College Football Dropouts. I'm Aaron,
And I'm Christian.
and today we're going to be talking about the Georgia Bulldogs 2026 season preview. Georgia's a team who, in my eyes, has the best coach in college football right now, Kirby Smart. You disagree?
I don't know about the best right now. He's up there, in my opinion, but I don't know about the best. But
Anyway,
yeah, you continue with what you're saying.
I like the rest of their coaching staff. Mike Bobo is OC. Maybe not the most explosive OC, but I think he's consistent. Like with Georgia, you're going to get a consistent 20 to 30 plus points a game. And I like their DC, Glenn Schumann. He's been with Kirby, I'm pretty sure, since Kirby came to Georgia.
I thought Will Muschamp was there for a bit. Was that before
I
Kirby?
don't think he was DC, though.
Oh, okay.
But, they've produced some amazing defense. Some of the best defenses I've ever seen when they got their 2 rings back to back. And I think this Georgia team's getting a little overlooked this year. I think Texas has stolen a lot of their shine, especially in the SEC. But once I started to dig into what this Georgia team has, especially on the defensive side of the football, they could potentially be the best team in the SEC.
Yeah, I could see that. It's one of those teams that it's not a surprise for them to, I feel like it's more of a surprise for them to be middle of the pack or lower right now. But I think their staple now is, top dogs in the SEC. I feel like people who aren't fans of the SEC, when they hear SEC, Georgia's one of the teams that they automatically think of.
Yeah, it's a premier brand for sure. It's just, we talk about the standard, the expectation at Alabama a lot. And it's like Georgia really is kind of suffering from their own success in the same way.
Yeah.
Where it's like if Georgia went 9-3, that's like a disaster.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of schools that if they went 9-3, like fans would be doing backflips.
Yeah.
So it's like if Georgia, like you were saying, if Georgia were to go 9-3 or worse, I'd be stunned.
Yeah.
But I think, like, I'm always going to give Kirby the benefit of the doubt, no matter, like, what roster he's fielding, no matter how hard his schedule is. Just because, he's proven he's earned the benefit of the doubt. And, I'm talking about Texas getting all their shine. Like, Texas's roster has a lot more star power to it. Arch Manning, Cam Coleman. And then Georgia's roster is a lot more of like good old boys.
Yeah.
Like, Gunnar Stockton's not going to have nearly as much hype as Arch Manning will. But it's like with Gunnar Stockton, it's like when I think of Gunnar Stockton, I think of like a 1980s Chevy Silverado.
Dude, he actually does drive a truck. And it's not like a Ram TRX or something crazy. Like he drives a simple, like you said, good old boy truck, simple F-150.
Nothing flashy, but it's reliable. It's going to get you where you need to go.
It's American made.
Yeah, it ain't going to sell you.
Yeah. Yeah, man. From top to bottom, again, this Georgia team is absolutely loaded.
Yeah.
It's scary because they're one of those programs that they don't rebuild. It's a reload.
Yeah.
Every year. Every year they have someone go in the first round, and they've got a guy who's going to go in the first round 2 years after.
Yep.
And to go back to what we were saying at the start of the video, do I think Kirby Smart's the best the best coach in college football? No. I don't think so. Is he like top 5? 100%. And I believe he is 100% the guy for Georgia.
Who do you think's better than him?
No one's going to like the list because they haven't.
List?
It's not a long list. Like I said, he's like top 3, top 5. Because some of the guys that I think are better than him personally haven't done what he's done, like go and win national championships and all that. So I don't know if I should say. who I think it is.
It's just there's only two coaches, active coaches, that have won multiple rings. It's Kirby and Dabo.
Yeah.
I don't think Dabo's winning another one.
No, Dabo's not in there.
But Kirby definitely could. Kirby could this year.
You want me to give the two that I have above them?
Go ahead. I think I know who they're going to be.
Give me two and I'll say yes or no.
Dan Lanning and Signetti.
You have one of the two.
Which one?
Signetti and Lane Kiffin. Bold, I know. Bold. But hear me out. Lane Kiffin has won everywhere he's been, and he has not had the resources to go out and win national titles left and right. Now he does. Okay? And we were just talking in the LSU video a little bit ago that we expect Lane Kiffin to win a national championship. And what do we say?
Within his contract, probably within the next few years, though, like 2-3 seasons.
Yeah, 2-3 seasons. I feel he's gonna win more than just one at LSU, depending on when Alabama comes calling. But I think he's a better head coach than Kirby Smart. I think Kirby. There are two different type of head coaches. Okay, Lane Kiffin, offensive guy, recruiter. Kirby, culture guy and recruiter. Give me Kiffin. If both of them got fired from their schools and Auburn's like, let's go, you can go. Let's try to get one of these guys. My vote would be Lane Kiffin.
If Lane lost 3 games, no one would bat an eye. If Kirby lost 3 games, people would be saying it's like he's falling off.
Because Kirby's got the resources. Like when Lane Kiffin goes to the semifinals or something and it just starts on a straight up trajectory, it's going to be the same thing. When LSU loses 3 or 4 games, people are going to be like, damn, didn't see that. Didn't have that one on my bingo card. It's a bold take, I know, but that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, I just don't see it.
Fair enough. Hey, that's what's beautiful about this great country we live in. You can have your opinion, I can have mine.
Even if it's wrong.
Call it wrong if you want to. When Lane Kiffin has 6 national championships in 12 years.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah, it could. He's got a $90 million roster right now?
40.
40. I think his contract was
90.
That's still a pretty penny. So
I mean, yeah.
But again,
it's getting to a point where I would think LSU might have a little more capital than Georgia does.
Yeah.
And it's like Lane's coming into all that money from a 8-4 squad. Kirby won 2 titles, and he still is probably getting less financial support from boosters than Lane is.
If you broke, just say that.
You talking about resources.
Yeah. Ole Miss is broke compared to some of the other teams in the country. Ole Miss is broke compared to LSU.
I'd say Lane Kiffin's a better talent evaluator.
I mean, yeah, he's a better talent evaluator, but Kirby's also got things like, what's the word I'm looking for? Characteristics that make him great, and one of those is the culture.
Yeah.
Like you said at the start of the video, that team's full of good old boys, and he's got them going out running through anybody.
Yeah.
There's really only one person in the country right now that has consistently beat Kirby, and it's Kalen DeBoer.
Yes. Yeah, it's very weird how hung up he is with Alabama.
Yeah. So, I mean, other than that, his track record against everyone else was dominant. I mean, please don't get me started on the Deep South's oldest rivalry because I'll start to get sad.
Yeah, he's beat Auburn every single season he's been at Georgia.
Let me give him a round of applause for what he's done against Auburn.
Man. Go ahead.
But yeah, I mean, there's not many guys above him. But back to the team itself, I mean, Again, top to bottom, elite. Gunnar Stockton, I was a big hater on him because he chose Georgia over Auburn. And I wanted to say that he was not good so bad. But man, watching him last year, I mean, game manager. And he's tough.
Is tough.
He's so tough.
Yeah.
That's a big characteristic you want in your quarterback. Like, I've seen him take licks that many quarterbacks wouldn't get up from.
Yeah.
You know, or if they did, they'd play scared the rest of the game.
Yeah.
And he's just like, he hit me hard. Let's go hit him harder.
That seems like it's been a characteristic for almost all of Georgia's quarterbacks during our lifetime. Is it's like never a guy that you're like, this guy's just a game changer. It's always a guy that's like, you know, average build, decent arm talent, and he just makes the right play all the time. Like last year, Gunnar Stockton only had 5 interceptions, and that's just crazy efficient. But at the same time, he only had one game where he threw for over 300. So it's like it's a give and take to where Gunnar Stockton isn't really going to win you games often, but he's almost never going to lose you a game.
Yeah. I mean, you can't expect him to have 300 passing yards week in, week out when everywhere else is stacked. I mean, running back room is stacked. Defense is fucking just, oh my God,
Monsters.
every year. So, I mean, hell, how many games did he get the ball like in plus territory?
Yeah.
You know, and so that affects your yardage.
Yeah, that's one thing that's really big at Georgia, I think, is they play complementary football really well. The defense and even the special teams usually sets the offense up pretty well.
Yeah.
And the offense is good enough to not leave their defense high and dry.
And I think that goes back to Kirby Smart's mindset and the culture that he's built at Georgia. You know, he doesn't care who's on the opposite sideline.
Yeah.
He wants to know whose team is going to drop their nuts. Is it my team or their team? And I'm willing to bet 99.99% of the time it's going to be my team.
Yeah. It's very much like how Saban was or is. It don't matter who they're playing. It don't matter what the score is. It's every play has to be your most, like your greatest effort. It has to be perfect or you're going to get tore up.
Yeah.
I want to touch back on Gunnar Stockton, though, because we talked about his arm talent. He is a sneaky runner.
Oh, yeah.
Because last year he had almost 500 rushing yards and 10 touchdowns. So it's like, it's easy to kind of get caught up in looking at the stats like, I mean, 200 yards a game, that's, you know, it's okay. It's whatever. But it's also like, you know, teams have to watch out for Nate Frazier. And then last year they had to watch out for a bunch of receivers, specifically Zachariah Branch. Had to watch that tight end, Delp. And then when you're watching so much stuff, it's just so easy to let one guy just slip right through. So I'm interested to see if that will continue to be a trend this year because they lost a lot of that receiving core. Like Delp and Branch are gone. So I'm interested to see out of who they brought in, who steps up, how good can Gunnar Stockton make them look.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's kind of like you're gambling because you don't, like you said, you don't know how good this next group of wide receivers is going to be.
Yeah.
But like, who do they have week 1? It's probably some
Tennessee State.
Okay, who's the first real opponent they have?
Would you consider at Arkansas a real opponent?
We can say it. So if you're Arkansas and you're like, okay, these receivers aren't really proven to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load the box to stop the run and contain Gunnar Stockton from leaking out, you know, on these slow creating pass plays. Contain him and make these receivers beat us. But if you do that, like we said, Georgia reloads.
Yeah. Like these aren't bums they're bringing in.
Yeah. Dude, Georgia's walk-ons could probably go to a lot of places in the country and be a starter.
Yeah. Be the best person in the lineup.
Yeah. So there's not a scrub on there.
Yeah.
So you take a gamble, you can end up getting torched.
Yeah.
you can get fried. Now you're looking up, it's halftime. You're down 35-14.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh my God, this guy who had 3 catches last year has 195 receiving yards in the first half against us. Now you got to change your scheme around. And when you do that, Gunnar Stockton's going to be Gunnar Stockton.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many different ways the offense can really like get after whoever they're playing. Because like, the receivers might be a little weak. Gunnar Stockton's a respectable quarterback. I'm sure he'll be able to find ways to get these guys open. And then you're returning 1,000-yard rusher in Nate Frazier. So, and you're returning I want to say most O-line. So it's like there's not really too much weaknesses, or there aren't too many weaknesses you can exploit looking at Georgia's offense.
Yeah.
Part of that's talent, and then part of that's also like they're going to play the game they want to play. Like they're not going to let you bait them into doing something that's out of their character.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of respect Mike Bobo. It's like I know he's not the most flash appeal name, but it's like he knows what he wants to run and he's going to run it.
Yeah.
And it's usually going to work.
Now, does it work just because his offense is surrounded by 5 stars from the starter to the 4th stringer? Does that have something to do with it? Because I don't remember his offense being super elite at Auburn.
Well, yeah, but he was also under Brian Harsin.
I mean, fair enough, but still.
I don't know.
Not a huge Mike Bobo fan, personally.
I ain't a fan, but I can respect what he's doing.
Yeah, well, I can't. Anyway, yeah, dude. I mean, again, let me get back to the defense because we're sitting here talking a whole lot about Georgia's offense.
The defense is where they shine.
Yeah, like they're not a defensive team.
Yeah.
That defense year in, year out is national championship caliber.
Yeah.
Every year. It's like you say, oh, this guy's torching us. This linebacker is everywhere. Announcer says the senior from Augusta, Georgia. And you're like, oh, thank God. Don't have to deal with him anymore. The very next year, the guy was the number 1 linebacker in his class 2 years ago. And he bought into the culture, got developed, sat behind a stud. He's the next guy up.
Yep.
And he's just as good, if not better. And you're like, when does this stop?
Never.
As long as Kirby Smart's there, it's not going to stop.
And like part of the defense being so good is like, they're bringing in all these studs, at every position. It's a 5-star, a 4-star, but it's also Kirby's just one of the best defensive minds in the game, if not the best.
I wouldn't say that.
And him paired with Glenn Schumann, like 2 guys that have been together so long, and like they know exactly, like they're on the same page. Probably don't even got to talk. They just know what they want to run. It's just automatic.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, he's had both his coordinators for a long time too.
Yep.
So that also helps, because teams not having to learn new schemes, new plays, new terminology. It's all the same shit year in, year out. Your freshman year to your senior year, it's all the same verbiage. Nothing to confuse you. So that helps. But man, dude, I mean, I'm so sick and tired of Georgia being good. I'm so tired of it. Yeah, I'm seeing a little bit of a dip in Alabama, and it makes my heart a little happy. But Georgia is still like, some teams are like this, and then they go like this, and then they go like this, and then this. Georgia is, I mean, their floor is always 9-3, 10-2.
Yeah, as I say, probably 10-2.
Ceiling's always national championship.
Yeah.
I'm just sick of it. I need Kirby to retire, and I need them to hire Brian Harsin or Hugh Freeze. Please, God. I've seen what you've done for others.
I've seen what you've done to me.
Yeah. We are paying for 2013 years and years later.
Yeah. Talking about them returning guys on defense, though, they're returning some pretty big pieces of production at all 3 levels. They got Xavier McLeod coming back on the D-line, Raylan Wilson at linebacker, and Ellis Robinson the 4th at corner. So, I mean, it's like, it's not just studs, but it's like guys that have been there a long time, guys that
Mhm.
understand, guys that seen so many plays they can recognize plays as soon as they start.
Mhm.
So it's like it'd be hard to find an advantage. Like if I'm playing Georgia and I'm scheming my offense, it's like there's no weakness, at
Yeah.
least as of right now. I mean, maybe week one starts and it's like, man, their secondary's trash. I
Mhm.
don't think that'll happen. Or like maybe someone gets hurt, but I just feel bad for anyone that has to play Georgia this year.
I feel bad for anyone that has to play them any year.
Yeah.
I mean, Kirby Smart is playing Dynasty on EA College Football 27 on freshman mode.
Hmm.
I mean, in the years that he didn't win a national championship, he just didn't want to.
He was simming.
Yeah, he simmed a season and still lost 2 games.
Yeah, still made it to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me. Like, he honestly, in my honest opinion, took the throne from Alabama, even when Nick Saban was there.
When he went back to back, I think is when it's like, this is my time.
Yeah.
So I mean, even though they haven't won one in a whole 3 years, I still think he's the best. I mean, hasn't won it, but I mean he's constantly getting to
Right
the
there.
playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, one of those playoff runs, he just got unlucky with injury
Mm-hmm.
when they lost to Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm. The talent on that team is just so unreal.
It's not
And
fair.
it's not fair. And I mean, I have to give props to Kirby Smart because it's really hard in today's game to get these constant 5 stars and say, hey, wait your turn.
Yeah.
Wait your turn and you will go to the league. I mean, it's kind of like Nick Saban years and years ago. I mean, I can't even keep up with like the defensive players on Georgia because they wait their turn and they have 1, maybe 2 monster seasons and they're gone.
Yeah. It's a factory.
Yeah.
They're just pumping them out into the league.
Yeah. It's like I hear a new linebacker. I'm like, I thought that was so and so. And I look it up. He went 3rd in the draft. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? And yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. It must be nice to be a fan of a team who you lose 2 games in a year and you're like, dang nabbit,
Yeah.
we're trash.
Terrible.
We're god awful. Yeah.
This is the worst we've been in the past 8 years. 10-2. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Let's get into the schedule and see what sad souls have to deal with this team.
All right, so weeks 1 and 2, some cupcakes, Tennessee State, Western Kentucky.
God bless them.
Week 3 at Arkansas.
God bless them.
Yeah. No hate to Arkansas, but they're just a
Not good.
bottom feeder of the SEC.
They're the new Vandy.
And then first big game, they host Oklahoma.
Okay.
I feel bad for Oklahoma.
Yeah.
In the first 4 weeks, they have to go to Michigan. 2 weeks later, go to Georgia.
We're gonna see how legit they are very early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then after that, they'll get Vandy
God
at
bless
home.
them.
And then I ain't gonna lie, this Vandy game to me is a little tricky. Hear me out. Because they play Oklahoma at home. Then they play Vandy at home. And then the next week they're at Alabama. And you know that Alabama game is such a huge, like, gotta get my get back.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the one team that's been like your kryptonite your whole career at Georgia.
Yeah. Well, let me put this in perspective for you. Everyone in the country knows who Vanderbilt's starting quarterback is going to be. Okay. I can't remember his name, but it was that 5-star quarterback.
Jared Curtis.
Jared Curtis. Okay. He's good.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I saw a video of the kid. Could have been AI. You can't trust shit nowadays. But he threw a ball like 80 yards in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That is insane.
Yeah.
For a high schooler. But you're going to sit here and tell me that little old Jared Curtis it's in Athens, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is going to walk into Athens, Georgia, and even have a shot on putting a dent in this Georgia defense. Be realistic here.
I doubt it. I'm
You
just
just said it was
saying.
tricky.
I said possibly,
It's not.
just because of where it's at in the schedule.
Brother, it's going to be the first snap from scrimmage. They're not even going to snap the ball yet. Poor little Curtis is going to be trying to read the defense, okay? And he's going to be looking at the edge rusher, foaming at the mouth, okay? A linebacker whose face is completely covered in eye black, okay? You can only see the whites of his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And a DB back there that looks like prime LeBron James. Just dead stare at you. He's going to shit a brick.
I mean, maybe.
There's no maybe.
I'm just saying it's an interesting dynamic.
I don't see any dynamic in it. I think Vandy's going to go in there and they're going to get their ass kicked. I would not be surprised if they didn't cross the 50-yard line.
That seemed a little crazy.
Nah. Clip it.
Clip it.
Clip it. Play this at the game.
Come back to this when Vandy wins.
Yeah. Again, with my luck, they'll win on a damn Hail Mary. Hadn't crossed the 50 all game. And Jared Curtis is going to throw that motherfucker 80 yards in the air again.
Mm-hmm.
And some no-name receiver I hadn't even heard of is just going to run clean under it.
Yeah. Going back to the Oklahoma game, though, I think it'll be interesting to see what John Mateer can do against Georgia. Because we were just talking about how good Georgia's defense is, how deep they are, how experienced they are. And then John Mateer is also a senior guy. He's been around forever. Super dynamic. They have a strong receiving core. So it'll just be interesting to see if Georgia really holds up a little bit. Because like their defenses haven't been as dominant as they were those 2 years they won the title. So I don't know. I'll just be interested in seeing how dominant they can be against their first real test in Oklahoma.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not trying to be a Georgia meat rider right now.
But you are?
I am. But like I don't see almost anybody in the country having the firepower to withstand such a great defense along with an offense that isn't flashy on paper. But like we said before with Gunnar Stockton, I mean, he's a game manager. Okay? If you shut down the pass, okay, run 50 yards with that receiver, and I'm just going to tote it right behind you. You know, hit me hard and activate my Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
You know, like this team is going to be tough to beat no matter who you are.
Another interesting, like flipping the script on the Oklahoma game, like looking at Oklahoma's defense guarding Georgia's offense. You know, Brent Venables, another guy that's just a defensive mastermind. So I want to see how easy or how hard it is for Oklahoma to contain Georgia's receivers. If Georgia's receivers can pop off against Oklahoma, then I'm sold. I'm sold that, I don't know if I'd say a title, but I'm sold that like this team can for sure go all the way.
Mm-hmm.
But if Oklahoma's clamping them up and it's a lot of giving it to Nate Frazier up the middle, to the outside, whatever, then I'm going to be a little concerned.
Yeah, but I mean, every group can progress or regress as the year goes. You know, I don't know much about the new receiving group with Georgia, but they could look sketchy the first quarter, first half of the season, and then by the end of the year say, oh, I understand it now.
Yeah, you can definitely like click and gel as the season goes on. But I do think it would be important, or not important, but like it would be eye-popping to me if they just can't get the pass game going against Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Or any good defense they're playing this year.
Yeah. I mean, if they can't get the offense going, it's going to be a long year for them.
Yeah.
A whopping 9-3. God bless them.
Yeah, then after that, They play Auburn at home. I got that penciled as an ass whooping right now.
Byron Brown is not going to be able to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
We might not cross the 50.
I will say Auburn is coming off a bye for that game. I don't know if that matters too much. I think the talent gap is just too wide.
It's way too wide. It's going to have to be, if anyone wants to beat Georgia, it's going to have to be very tic-tacky.
Very scrappy, and you'll probably have to get them at home.
Yeah. You'd have to get some calls to go your way.
Mm-hmm. Some lucky bounces.
Lucky bounces. You got to drop some crazy trick plays. You've got to kick an onside to start the game.
Yeah. Some razzle dazzle.
Yeah, something that's like that has them like, oh God. You know, I don't think there's many people or many teams in the country, I mean, that can just go toe to toe with them.
Talent wise, I mean, probably no, but I mean, you know, the big dogs like Oregon, Ohio State, Alabama. I'm sure I'm missing a couple. But like those teams, Texas, like roster for roster, I mean, it's, you know, right there. But it's not just a roster thing. Like, it's just their scheme so good. It's so, I'm not going to say simple, but it's just like so clean and efficient. So, yeah, I don't see any of the mid-tier SEC teams really putting up too much of a fight with Georgia unless it's just their night.
Yeah.
No, then after Auburn, they get their bye week, and then they're going to be playing Florida in Atlanta instead of in Jacksonville. So a neutral site game is basically a home game now.
Yeah.
And Florida's a team that, like, I do think is very talented. I think their roster's a little bit better than Auburn's. But, like, I just don't see them hanging with Georgia either, especially in Atlanta.
No.
In Athens V2.
Yeah, not happening.
And after that, they'll go to Ole Miss. I think that could be fireworks.
It could be fun.
I think that'll be nasty. If Ole Miss is as good as I think they can be, and if Trinidad Chambliss stays healthy all year, and like he's just doing his thing, I think they can give Georgia problems.
Maybe.
Then after that, they'll host Missouri. Ass whooping. At South Carolina. Ass whooping.
Yeah.
And then they close with Georgia Tech at home.
They don't have Bama? Or did I just have a brain fart?
We already went through that.
Okay, yeah, I'm tripping. My bad. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of games on that schedule where the NCAA is going to have to implement a mercy rule because it's going to get ugly.
Yeah.
I mean, coaches are going to start, instead of throwing challenge flags, they're going to be throwing the white towel.
Yeah. And it's crazy because, like, some of those games that we're just writing off, they're not against bad teams.
No.
It's just against teams that 9 times out of 10, they ain't hanging with Georgia.
No.
Like South Carolina, I don't think South Carolina's mid. And then Missouri's like
midless.
Missouri's like mid, but their record's always good enough to where I can't say they're mid.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, Florida's super talented. You know, Vanderbilt. And then Auburn, I think it'll be a team that's, you know, okay, respectable. But it's just like when you were as good as Georgia, it's like you're gonna kill these teams.
Yeah. And coming from an Auburn fan, only way Auburn comes out of that game with a win is if Alex Golesh somehow just gets that team ready to run through the thickest brick wall known to man.
The only way Auburn beats Georgia is if Alex Golesh sells his soul. That ain't happening.
No, it's not.
If it was at Auburn, maybe, but in Athens, no shot.
They'll find a way to win. Props to them. Gosh, man, I mean, this team.
The biggest game though is obviously at Bama. That you have to win it.
Oh yeah, I mean, dude, if Kirby doesn't beat Alabama this year, he's on the hot seat.
But I mean, we look at the only teams I give a realistic shot to compete with Georgia on the schedule be Oklahoma, Bama, and Ole Miss. All three of them have a crazy dynamic quarterback. So you have to have that Which one of those quarterbacks ain't explosive?
Brother, we have not seen much of Keelan Russell or Austin Mack.
I have faith.
You're going based off of high school shit. Neither one of these two quarterbacks have seen something like that. This is going to be a David versus Goliath story.
No.
What?
Is the two of the biggest brands.
Brands don't matter.
I think so.
Brother. How many snaps have you seen Keelan Russell play?
Enough.
Against who?
8A game.
Yeah, when he couldn't get hit by a 6'6", 240-pound defensive end that runs a 4.1.
He was cooking. No, man. I mean, I get what you're saying. Keelan Russell ain't proven, but to say the dynamic aspect of his game doesn't exist, I think that's crazy.
We'll see. God bless him.
We will see. But getting back to what I was saying, it's like you have to have a crazy game changer at QB to compete with Georgia.
Yeah. And you got to have someone that can help him. Whether that's a elite running back or elite receiver.
I'd say all those schools do. Oklahoma, Bama, and Ole Miss.
Yeah.
I think I got Georgia going 11-1, 10-2. I'd be surprised at 10-2. I think 11-1.
I think I had their floor at 10-2.
Yeah.
Floor 10-2, ceiling national champion.
Yeah, I think Georgia can eat. I'm going to say easily. Georgia could definitely end up winning the title.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Mm-mm.
Kirby going to start filling that hand.
Going to be looking like Michael Jordan.
Going to look like Nick Saban.
Nick Saban. Well, that's all I got.
Yep. Well, I'm Aaron.
And I'm Christian.
And thank you for checking out our Georgia preview. Let us know what you think they'll do. Let us know what teams you think can compete with them. And thank you.
Thank you.